Welcome, Cancer. This is your February reading. It is occurring on the Wolf Moon, which is the full moon in Leo, and with the lunation also highlighting Pluto joined with the Sun moving into the early minutes of Aquarius, there is an increased focus on your perspective, your intentions, your goals and desires. And this is going to be impacting your possessions, your values, the things that you invest in for your own personal stability and security. The reason there is so much covered by Pluto's movement into Aquarius is because it's a 21-year transit. And this is going to cover at least 2, if not 3 areas of your life in a very deep and profound way. So you have heard me talk a lot about Pluto. This reading is really about the focus on February and the way the energy is going to be picking up for you. I've laid out the African and the Crow Tarot. I will be using 3 oracle decks along the way, and I also want to announce that I'm doing personal readings. The information for that is in the description box below. I'm also doing a free giveaway each month on or about the 1st of February. I'll be choosing from the comments and the donations that I received previous for a free reading. It's a general reading, and you've seen me do general readings many times, so there will be an exchange. I want to thank you for all the beautiful joy and response that I'm receiving from those of you that are participating in this. And in general, to thank you all for your presence here, which is what is most essential to me being able to do what I do. So thank you in advance. Cancer, your overall energy for this reading is the 2 of Pentacles. And this is almost a perfect symbol for the lunation that we're experiencing right now, called the Wolf Moon because the wolves are customarily very active in northern hemisphere in the coldest climates, as howling, responding to the moon, actually singing in many ways to the moon. And that really matches the energy of our soul call, what persists through the darkest times, the light that we find within, and the impact of what you've learned over the past 20 years, couple of decades, depending on how it's been impacting you individually, is the lessons that are sparking the forward movement now. So moving out of Capricorn is impacting you significantly because this is an area that bears on not only your health and well-being, but your significant partnerships. And that is going to be morphing further into the area of shared resources for you. So you're making a huge change from a past into consideration for the future as we open up to all of the innovations in media and technology that we are at our disposal, new tools at our disposal, and how they're impacting your consideration of choices moving into your future, the things you're focusing on and that have now moved closer at hand as goals that now appear reachable. In the present, we have the King of Wands in the past, the 5 of Cups, and in the present we have the Knight of Wands. You're coming from a place of a lot of confidence and security in being able to follow through on your desires, confident that you have in the present moment those things that you most desire, that inspire you, that motivate you for greater growth and expansion, and those things that perhaps are motivating others that are finding inspiration in what you're doing, in your presence in some way. In the past, you have done a fair consideration of the things that have not worked for you, the ways that you have been disappointed, those areas of life that have not matched up to your expectations, or in which you have tried to comply with the expectations of others, so that you are in some ways allowing yourself this emotional release, this grieving, in order to consider not only the options available to you as you transition your entire lifestyle, but the way in which your relationship with yourself has really grown and morphed, the way that you're combining what we call masculine and feminine energies, how you're balancing those within yourself, so that you are allowing yourself to recognize that you can supply those things that you require in order to move forward in the healthiest way. That the love of others is only as meaningful as your love for yourself. The support that you give to others is only as meaningful as the support that they are able to return to you, and or that you can supply. And this supply is bearing upon your higher self, your potentials, your dreams, a sense of worthiness and gratitude for the opportunities you now have to continue or to pursue dreams, perhaps in some aspects, for some of you for the very first time. The sense of empowerment that you are deserving of those things that you desire. Moving forward with that beautiful energy is this exploration and discovery. And this is something that has been you have been contemplating, you have been putting in motion for a while, an openness to new ideas, new inspirations, understanding that with this clarity and confidence that you're open up to the way in which knowledge can inform you, help you grow and expand. As I meditated before this reading, what came to me was the more you know how much you don't know. And I feel that that is relevant to you right now. You have achieved a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and you have taken the initiative to learn, find out what you want to learn that is helping you to build on your ambitions, on your goals, to lead others. And that is only stimulating the greater desire and ability to reach for more, to learn more, to discover more ultimately about yourself. I'm going to pull a soul's journey, Cancer, and hope that if this reading is resonating for you, that you will like this video, that you will share this with others who may find it useful, that you will comment below. I love reading your thoughts and your gratitudes, your feedback, and that you will subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pull the Death card. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. It's so beautiful that we are looking more closely as Pluto, often considered a planet of death, is really about our renewal, our continuous ability to dig down deep and to find the resources that we need within. Everything we need is within. And this is signaling this beautiful moment of rebirth for you, in the changes that you're experiencing, in the consideration of your new options, goals, and destinations. This was hanging out, and I'm going to take it. It's the secretary bird. And the plant associated with the secretary bird is the mayflower. The key words are confidence in decisions. Appreciate and nurture healthy bonds. Know when to detach and stand on your own. Take pride in yourself and what you do. There's quite a bit of resonance with where you're at right now. I'm going to clarify the King of Wands in the present with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords. It's interesting where my sense is that you have moved along a very clear trajectory in the past, and that at this moment things are opening up to you. The amount of options that are available are exponential compared to the perspective you've cultivated, and that you now recognize of the diversity of choices that you can make. Because of your confidence, you're very clear that you're on a particular path, and that really many of these options, which are not all equal, which are not all beneficial, are distractions from what it is your heart is telling you to do. And so in that way, despite the confusion of options, this can be offers that you're receiving with the changes that have occurred in your life. Perhaps others are offering you things that you hadn't considered in the past, or you wouldn't have considered in the past. However, you are holding that information. My sense is that these offers are increasing the anxiety that you may be experiencing despite your confidence. You're attempting to be respectful of the thoughts of others, the opinions of others, and to not be dismissive as a way of being respectful. However, all of these ideas, very few of them are new to you. They feel like they're coming from long-time associates or intimates whose story you know, whose advice you know, whose advice you've heard over and over again, and they have lived their own thoughts and examples through their lives. And so in that way, there feels to be nothing new here. However, the possibilities, the likelihood that they're offering it to you is what's new and maybe what's burdensome. When in many ways, my sense is that you're standing very clear in what's best for you, that has not diminished, that you've always had a fair amount of confidence in terms of your own path, your own direction, your own ability to know and cultivate your own happiness and satisfaction. In the past, the Five of Cups is clarified by the Justice card and the Eight of Wands. Things are or have been moving very quickly, and this transition that you're making comes about, or feels as though it's coming about as a result of some adjudication, some judgment in your favor. This part of this judgment is the result of your own awareness of something that you have earned, that you are due, that is deserving to you, receiving something that you have already gained. Part of that has an emotional component to it that is connected to the advisement that you're receiving from others, the almost oppressive advisement from the very people who may have been instrumental in the sense of imbalance, unfairness, or inequity that you've experienced. That's part of the sense of overwhelm that you may be receiving, you may be experiencing in the present. But as a result of this passage, this receipt of something that is due to you, something you've earned, is also at the same time a belief or an awareness of your deservedness of this. And it is that component around the deservedness, your sense of worth and worthiness, that is allowing you to stay firm in what you know to be right for you. And that despite your ability to receive information, communicate with people that are helping and supporting you to move in a direction that is in alignment with what it is that you want, the growth and the expansion that you are pursuing, rather than it almost feels as though it's in contrast or opposition to the wisdom or the opinions of others that are in your space, in your head, that feel entitled to give you advice or instructions, as perhaps many of them always have. But there's this other part of you that has cultivated this awareness of the unevenness of treatment you've received in the past. And that is what is moving you forward along the trajectory that you desire. In the present, in the future, the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Judgment and the Sun. Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful and confirming that, yes, indeed, you have understood the difference between your allies and those who have perhaps many intimates, family members, those who have purported to have your best interest at heart, who have traditionally shaped or believed that they were in a position to mold your activities or the direction of your life, but that you have been aware of, are engaged in a different system of beliefs, a different truth than the truth that you pursue. Your truth is not static, as I believe this advisement that you may be receiving that is causing this pressure in your life that can be confusing and overwhelming to you. Instead, your truth is always on the move, always on the increase, always in a state of exploration and discovery. It brings to mind the difference between the initiate, the path of initiation, as being a lifetime commitment to learning and growing, rather than assigning a destination or a static place of authority in the world. You've committed to the role of the initiate, the student of life, the student of your life, and through that you have received a clear confirmation about your mission, your place in the world, what it is that the service you bring, the thing you bring into the world that not only makes you happy, that not only fulfills your need for authentic expression, but that serves the world. And this is indeed what makes you happy. What you do that helps others, whatever that calling is, brings joy, absolute joy into the world. And in many ways, this is something you experience within yourself. A delight in the opportunities that you do have, in the abundance that you do experience wherever you are in the world, and that now you're more empowered to bring that into a project, an effort, a team, a community, in such a way that everyone is working with a playful, creative attitude, recognizing how sacred the work, the play, the joy that you share is. This is the confirmation that our world is abundant. And this is what you are able and capable of bringing forward every day in every situation that you put yourself into. I'm going to finish up this reading, Cancer, with a Language of Flowers card. Ooh, dear. This stayed upright, so I'm going to pick the white carnation, and the key word is devotion. Be true and pure in thought and deed. I certainly am hearing that your pursuit of happiness is your purity, is your truth. Thank you so much, Cancer, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.